Hello, so today I'd like to tell you about this Lobo double-sided helical planer. It's a 25-inch wide machine. It has a 30 horsepower top cutter head motor, a 20 horsepower bottom cutter head motor, and a 3 horsepower feed. Like I said, it's manufactured in 2003. We've had this machine for a little while. It's up to date on all maintenance. We have additionally replaced all of the knives. This machine has brand new knives, top and bottom, with very little use. It has a complete extra set of knives. It also has new bearings on the cutter heads and new bearings on most of the drive rolls. It has a new chain for the drive behind this guard, and it has new pulleys that ride on that chain. Machine's in really good condition. It will take off pretty much whatever you want off of a board at this width. I'm gonna demo the machine for you with a piece of red oak right here. This board is 1.25 inches. We're gonna set the machine to 1 inch. Show you a little bit about how the machine works here. You will be able to set the stock removal on the bottom head here. So I've got it set to 5 millimeters, a little less than 1/4 inch. You can also see here, this machine has a carpet feed, which is part of what makes this machine a jointer planer. So the bottom head of the machine, which you can see right here, is going to be the first that is cutting. The carpet feed is going to hold the material down in the position that the material wants to naturally rest. It's going to cause a joining effect to be placed on the bottom edge of the board. And then the second cutter head, which is the top cutter head here, is going to plane that material even with the first cut. So you get a board that comes out of this machine that's very straight, it's very true. It's not just planed, where the planing effect that you get from most machines that just have pinch rollers before and after the cutter head and are single side or even double side are just going to make a board that is planed but not necessarily take the warp out of a board. We've had really good luck with this machine. The only reason that we're replacing it is because we're actually getting this machine in 52 inches wide. So this has been a really good tool for us and is ready for continued use. Show you a little bit about the operation of this machine. You can see here it has digital readout for thickness, which is a really nice feature. You can see the motor load of both motors here. You can see that the maximum thickness of a board that you can deal with is really about 7 inches on this machine. 6.5 would be if you're actually trying to cut material off. You can remove a minimum of about 1/8, and you can set this machine to plane material down to 1/2 inch. We also have an hour meter on this machine, so you can keep up with maintenance pretty well on the machine. It's been reset recently. You'll be able to adjust the feed speed of the machine here, so it's an infinitely variable feed, which is pretty nice depending on what type of material that you are planing and the hardness of that material. You can really dial in your feed speed to get a nice result. When you're setting the machine, so as I mentioned, we're gonna run material that's 1.25 right now. We're gonna set this to 1 inch. You hit set, 1.00, start, and you'll see that the machine will adjust to that depth. All right, now we're ready to run the machine. So we can turn it on. This would raise and lower the machine manually. This would start the feed. Have to start the heads first. See that when I started the motors, it comes up to high motor load to get it going, and then it jumps one more time. So these motors have a second start so that it's not drawing 100% power when it's starting the motor. It's kind of a soft start type feature. Now you're going to be able to see that the feed is moving into the machine here, and we're going to run this piece of material for you. try to give you a look at the cut quality. Hard to see in a photo here, but you really get a smooth cut quality on this machine. Something that would be able to go directly into a wide belt sander for finishing. We found that this machine really reduces a lot of work. It doesn't have a lot of tear out because it has helical knives on it, little tiny cutters. Also wanted to show you this machine has an automatic lubrication system, which is really nice. You're able to set the amount of lubrication that's going into the machine. This is taking care of the carpet feed system. And then you're also going to have this manual lubricator, which is going to lubricate the up and down motion of the machine. So in addition to the machine, we have the full manual on this machine from the manufacturer here. I will also mention that the manufacturer of this machine, Lobo, has been very nice to work with. They're able to get us parts for this machine, and they're very helpful. Some operating directions for this machine. We have a few extra bearings. These are the old cutter head bearings that have been replaced, but they're still relatively good. This is one of the drive roll bearings. And then box doesn't look that big, but there's actually quite a lot of cutters in here. These ones are brand new, so it's about 10 boxes of 10 cutters that are brand new. All the rest of the ones in this box are still very serviceable and are sharp. And then a few that are also brand new here. Hope this tells you about this machine. If you end up with this machine, I think you will be very happy with the way that it works, and it will save you a lot of time. Please let us know if you have questions. Thanks.